The San Francisco Giants unfortunately dropped the finale of the three-game series versus our division rival, the Colorado Rockies, by a final score of 6-2. And with the loss now, the Giants are still thankfully 2.5 games behind the wild card, behind the Nationals and Phillies, as I believe both those teams lost. So, that is the good news side of things. But with the series loss to the Rockies in this one, and of course the previous series loss to the Phillies, the Giants, essentially have now kind of come back to earth a little bit, but nothing to hang your head about because, there's still, so much excitement to be coming in the coming days. And so let's get into this game, guys. The Giants sent rookie right-hander Tyler Beede to the mound. And unfortunately, it just was not his day at Coors Field. He left a lot of pitches up in the strike zone, and he just got hit around pretty good in this. And, tried to give the Giants some innings, but lasted 3 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 8 hits, gave up 5 earned runs, did only walk 2 batters, but still, in 3 innings, that's almost a walk-in inning. So, the command, of course, was inconsistent in this. Did strike out 3 batters and gave up 2 home runs. Beede now on the season with a 5.38 ERA. And so early in the year, after a couple rough outings, his ERA had ballooned to like 7 or 8. So, to have gotten it whittled down to the 5, of course, a little setback with this outing, but, we'll move on from this, and, I expect Beede to make adjustments from this outing into his next start. And so the Giants were opposing Kyle Freeland in this one, a 26-year-old left-hander from the Colorado Rockies. And, he was the ace of the Rockies staff that the Rockies were expecting to compete this season and, make a deep run into the playoffs behind Freeland and another one of their frontline starters. And, for the Rockies, it just has not happened in this one. The Giants were able to work a lot of pitches out of Kyle Freeland. I think they got like 30-plus pitches in the first inning, but, unfortunately just was not able to get to him completely and take advantage of the opportunities that they had. Freeland went 5 innings in this one, giving up 5 hits, gave up 2 earned runs, did walk 1 batter, struck out 5, and gave up 2 home runs. 2 home runs to Donovan Solano. The utility, versatile infielder has continued to have an amazing season. He's hitting up like near 343 now on the year and had the 2 home runs, accounted for all the Giants' offense in the game today with their 2 runs scored. And so Donovan Solano, just a phenomenal game. But yeah, he had the 2 home runs off of Kyle Freeland, the 2 runs that he allowed. And, give it credit to the Rockies. They were able to hold the Giants' offense in this one. And so, we just got to bounce back off of this one. Also, Nolan Arenado absolutely torched the Giants in this game as he hit 2 home runs against the Giants. And, he's been notorious for being a Giants killer in his career. So, guys, we are going to get into the positive statistics of the game, the offensive category. So, for the Giants, of course, Donovan Solano, we talked about him, the 2 home runs. He goes 2 for 4, scores 2 runs, 2 RBIs on those home runs, hitting 343 on the year. Austin Slater had a great game, guys. He got on base again twice, goes 1 for 3 with a walk, and is now hitting 276 on the year, getting closer and closer to that 300 batting average. Evan Longoria, that was another huge story to talk about, guys. Longoria has returned. He had missed the prior 2 weeks or so due to plantar fasciitis in his foot. So really good to give him some time off his feet and just rest up. And, great to see him back in the lineup. He did get a hit in his return, going 1 for 4. Is now hitting 241 on the year. Kevin Pillar, the Giants have been resting him for a few days as if you guys remember in Philadelphia, going back on a ball in center field, Pillar hit his leg or his calf pretty hard against the wall there in Philadelphia. Thankfully, the Phillies had added padding to the wall, which had not been there prior to when, if you guys remember, way back when, I think it was like 2006, 2007, but Aaron Rowan went face first into the wall in Philadelphia and, broke his nose on the play. So just a crazy sequence of events that happened there. But thankfully, Pilar appears to, have not really sustained any major injuries from the, hitting his leg against that wall. But the Giants wanted to give him couple days to rest up. So he was back in the lineup. That's another positive. The Giants are going to need his presence down the stretch as he is the club leader in RBIs with 57 on the year. Steven Duggar, he had a pinch hit appearance. He went 1 for 1, so great to see Duggar. Dougie Fresh has been really consistent since being called back up from AAA Sacramento. He is now hitting .238 on the year. Also, guys, I wanted to get into a minor transaction that was made today as the Giants have claimed right-handed pitcher Ryan Dole from the Oakland A's. The A's, I guess, had let him go to waivers or whatever. And the Giants claimed him, and so, he'll be a work in progress, but hopefully the Giants, Kurt Young, can help him to get on track and to get some value in this pickup. So that is going to be very intriguing. So, guys, we are going to get into the scoring of how the game played out. The Giants got out to a early 1-0 lead in the first inning on a Donovan Solano solo home run. Now, as we go to the bottom of the first inning, the story of the weekend, unfortunately, was the Rockies' Trevor Story. He hit multiple home runs over the weekend. I think he hit 4 home runs or something like that across 3 games in the 3-game series. So Trevor Story, he hits a 2-run home run to give the Rockies a 2-1 lead. It was Story's 25th home run of the season. Nolan Arenado, he would also hit a home run of his own. It was his 23rd home run of the season, a solo blast. He would give the Rockies a 3-1 lead at that point, so obviously not the 0 that you wanted to put up after taking the 1-0 lead. Now, as we go to the top of the third inning, again, Donovan Solano accounted for all the offense for the Giants in this one. The Giants only had 7 hits in the ballgame, 2 of those hits leaving the ballpark. For Donovan Solano, his 4th home run of the year, another solo blast, cutting the deficit to 3-2 Rockies at that point in the game. Now, in the bottom of the third inning, Daniel Murphy would add an RBI single to extend the Rockies' lead to 4-2. And then Nolan Arenado, with the runners at first and third, hit into a double play. The run would come in to score, making it 5-2 Rockies. And again, at that point, you're thinking we're still in this ball game if you're the Giants and, you got a really hot hitter in Nolan Arenado to ground into a double play, and you have limited the damage, and you're playing at Coors Field, so there was optimism that, your offense could come back, and down 3 runs in Coors Field to the 6th inning, a lot can happen across 4 innings, so you still had hope at that point. Also, in the bottom of the 5th inning, Nolan Arenado would come up and hit his 2nd home run of the game, and so he's been a notorious Giants killer, just crushing the Giants. It was his 24th home run of the year, and so that extended the Rockies' lead to 6-2. And of course, from that point on, the Rockies bullpen would hold the Giants' offense in check. And so, guys, now let's get into the bullpen statistics side of things for your San Francisco Giants. Following Tyler Beede was Andrew Suarez. Suarez went an inning and a third, allowing 3 hits, gave up 1 earned run, did give up a home run. Suarez has a ballooned ERA of 9.19 on the season. Another young arm that we have seen that has impressed in his limited amount of time pitching is Gustave for the Giants. He goes 2 innings, allows 2 hits. He does not give up an earned run, does walk a batter. So he did pitch through traffic, and so far, I believe in across 2 outings pitched, he has not given up an earned run. So impressive and exciting for him. Another young arm that made his debut recently, 28-year-old Sam Selman. He goes an inning, does not allow a hit, does not allow earned run or a walk, and so he's whittling down that ERA from his first outing when he gave up a run in an inning, now with a 6.00 ERA on the season. And so, guys, we move on now. Let's look ahead to the future, to the San Francisco Giants' next game. They are going to be entertaining the 2 teams that they trail in the wild card standings by 2.5 games. The Washington Nationals are coming into town to begin a 3-game series at Oracle Park Monday night. And then, of course, the Fighting Philadelphia Phillies will be coming in for a 4-game series on Thursday. But let's get into this matchup. So the Giants are going to be sending the Shark Jeff Samardzija to the mound in the opener of the series against the Nationals. Samardzija is 8-8 on the year with a 3.75 ERA to go with 107 strikeouts. And so one of the things to really take notice of Jeff Samardzija is how well he has been pitching of late. If you look in 6 July starts, Samardzija had a 2.09 ERA, struck out 35 batters, and had only 7 walks. So very impressive month of July for Samardzija. And again, the big thing going into this year was we knew that Jeff Samardzija was going to be healthy. And, you know, with that being said, he is pitching like the pitcher that we gave the 5-year, $90 million contract to. So it's really nice to see this production coming from him. And from a veteran leader, you know, you're going to need his presence among those pitchers if the Giants are going to be able to sustain this run and to be able to catch the Nationals and Phillies and get us to the wild card game, maybe even catch the first place Dodgers. You know, anything can happen in this season. It's Bruce Bochy's final year, and you're seeing the fight and spirit in these Giants players. They are rallying behind this for Bochy, and you know, you got the group together past this trade deadline, so you know, all the worry and stress of who can go, who can leave, and obviously having to move on from a few guys, you know, that got traded out of the clubhouse. You know, it's tough to see your friends go, but it's part of the business. And, you know, ultimately the Giants became better, not only in the present, but going into the future, of course, on making those trades. And so Jeff Samardzija is going to be opposing Eric Fedge from the Washington Nationals. He is 1-2 on the season with a 4.67 ERA to go with 30 strikeouts. And so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you made it all the way through to the end of the video, then be sure to smash that like button. I very much appreciate all the feedback and comments from you guys. And so comment down below. I'd love to hear your opinion and your perspective on all things San Francisco Giants. What are your guys' thoughts after the series loss to the Rockies? Again, I think it's nothing to hang our head upon. Obviously, the road trip didn't go the way we wanted it to after winning the first series in San Diego, with then dropping the series to the Phillies in Philadelphia. But again, they're a good, solid team, and, you know, we got them coming in our park for 4 games. So, you know, we'll be able to show them what we can do at home. And, you know, that's going to be another big factor for the Giants moving forward. If you look at their record on the road versus home splits, they have a losing record at home. They're 3 games under 500 at 25-28. Now, on the road, they have a winning record. So, you know, you expect the Giants over these last 2 months to play really good baseball at home and to feed off of the energy from the crowd. You know, Giants fans are going to be there. We are showing up. You know, we have a really fun team to watch and to root for, and it's extremely exciting as, you know, not a lot of us maybe expected in Farhan Zaidi's first year running this organization to be able to have a competitive team that is essentially fighting for a playoff spot and, you know, this deep into the season. So it is so exciting. So I'd love to hear all your guys' thoughts, and of course, until next time, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.